clear quartz crystal is one of the most often overlooked crystals in the entire crystal community. And yet, clear quartz crystal is one of the absolute most powerful, with some of the most intricate and advanced uses that any crystal user could find themselves working with. And so in this video, we're talking about the top 10 clear quartz crystal benefits. And not only this, but about half of these I actually haven't found anywhere else, and I bet that you probably will have not seen anywhere else either. So let's go ahead and get talking about the top 10 benefits. Welcome back to Vibes and Frequencies. My name is Nathan. And if you haven't met me before, I make videos all about crystals and things that have to do with crystals. Because actually way back in the day, I fell so in love with crystals and I didn't know anyone in my immediate physical life that understood. So I started making videos so I could make some crystal friends, and it has taken off. Now in this video, I want to talk about the top 10 clear quartz crystal benefits, because to me, quartz is literally the most exciting crystal that I've worked with. There's so many cool things that we could do with it, and nobody ever really expressed this to me, and so I kind of just had to figure this out on my own. So I'm going to be talking about my experience with the top 10 benefits and how you can interact with these benefits. And I definitely wanted to let you know to make sure to stick through the video, because throughout it, we're going to be doing some clear quartz crystal giveaways. I've got a big abundance of crystals, and I decided it's time to start passing them on to some new homes. So without further ado, let's hop into clear quartz. Clear quartz benefit number 1 is one that you've likely actually heard before. It's one of the most often spoke about, but I gotta include it, and it's that clear quartz crystal is able to amplify other crystal energies that you are working with. So if you are someone who's already working with other crystals, clear quartz can be brought in for a very simple use of adding it into your necklace that has your creations on it. Adding a piece of quartz in there will help to amplify and make your intention and energetic presence bigger in this realm of your reality, which is really, really cool when you think about it. And it's a simple way that you can bring it in and not even need to know all the complex dynamic uses of quartz for it to work. So this is a really simple one. Another way that you can do this is by holding the crystal that you want to be receiving the energy from. So let's go ahead and say I've got a piece of tourmaline in my hand right now. I would hold this in my left hand, because the left hand for me is my receiving energy hand, whereas my right one is the giving energy hand. So I would hold the tourmaline in my left hand, and then I would hold my piece of quartz in my right hand. And what I like to do is simply go for a stroll outside in nature and just tune into the environment and listen. Listen to the trees blowing in the wind, listen to the birds, and let go. Don't even worry about the fact that you're holding crystals. You don't actually have to think or focus on anything. You just let go, you walk around, and the clear quartz will naturally on its own help to expand and make the energy of the tourmaline bigger. You're pulling the tourmaline energy into you, and you're creating with your right hand a bigger format of this energy in your reality. It's freaking awesome. By the way, right now, you and I are in Mount Shasta together. Look how amazing this is. Have you guys been to Mount Shasta? I know a lot of you have been following my kind of journey of traveling, and I know some of you guys are travelers too. If you've been to Mount Shasta, let me know. Let me know if there's a cool place I should check out. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on to clear quartz crystal benefit number 2. Clear quartz crystal benefit number 2 is that you can imbue your piece of quartz with energy. And when you imbue it with the energy, what you have now done is you've created literally a magical tool that you can carry around with you that will always have this energy and the capabilities of the energy you have imbued it with. This means that you can bring any format of energy anywhere with you in life. Now, what I'm gonna show you right now is how I actually do this, and a special kind of way that you can imbue it with energy. What I have here is a crystal grid, and this is the flower of life. Now, I've actually got a video coming up real soon about advanced and beginner and basic crystal gridding and how it works. So definitely make sure to subscribe and click that bell below so you don't miss out. Now, what I've got in this grid actually is a piece here of green tourmaline, a piece of calcite, we've got a piece of moldavite, and rose quartz. Now, my intention with this grid is to expand love. That is why I have chosen these crystals. It is energy to clear out old stagnant programming and expand infinite love, which exists in all things. So what I would do is I would create this grid. You could even get fancier if you want. That's the cool thing. Like, you can literally do whatever you want, guys. It's like infinite, limitless. Now, what I would do is I would take my piece of quartz and I put it in the center, and I leave this out in the sun, leave it out in the full moon, do however that makes sense to you. I like the sun better because it's got some vibrant, fiery creation, solar plexus vibes, and I'm all about it. So now what I would do is I would leave this here, and this piece of clear quartz is literally going to absorb the energy of these, and then I can literally just walk around and carry this piece of quartz with me in my pocket, and I am carrying all of this energy and the intention and everything. Now there's some other clear quartz benefits all about programming intention and expanding energy, and that's gonna come in a little bit later in the video and has a very different format than this. But this is really, really exciting, guys. The way that this works, you can really feel it taking place when you carry your quartz. So I really recommend everybody get into gridding. And again, remember to subscribe and stay tuned for this awesome video coming out. All right, now we're gonna get into clear quartz benefit number 3. Clear quartz crystal benefit number 3 is that you can heighten your senses and expand your awareness to the primal essence of nature. Now, this is one that I've not heard anybody else talk about, so this is straight off the cuff from me, guys. I would love to know if somebody else feels this too. But here's essentially what I'm talking about. When I'm out in nature, or even inside, I get this effect from quartz, where when I hold it, it is as if all of a sudden, there's a sense of clarity that becomes known in my energetic field. I feel myself becoming bigger and tuned in. All of my senses, all of a sudden, it is as if they detach from my ego, and suddenly my senses become that of the nature around me. I feel super, super connected, and it feels primal. Like, it feels like I'm like hands on the ground, walking on my all fours, and like my hair, I can feel it blowing in the wind, and I feel animalistic, but in a really intelligent way. It's not like all of a sudden I'm like a, filthy animal or something. It's different. It's like very primal. It is as if there is this rhythm taking place in all things that we are all a part of. It's like this song that's playing in the nature. And when I hold the quartz, it is like it's clearing my energy and expanding me and letting go of my egoic senses and driving me into a primal sense of nature. And this is really, really powerful for meditation as well. So that's benefit number 3. Heighten your senses and expand your awareness to the primal essence of nature. Please, if you know what I'm talking about and you've experienced anything like this with clear quartz, let me know below. Please, I would love to talk to somebody about this. And you guys always have really cool things to say about crystals. Most of what I've learned from you. Well, now we're gonna hop into clear quartz crystal benefit number 4. Clear quartz can expand your energy and also clear and purify your energetic aura. Now, auras are kind of something strange to talk about that a lot of people have different opinions on. Personally, I have experienced seeing auras many times, and it's more of like a kind of like heat wave rippling. It's more of a vibrational feeling and less of you're literally seeing rainbow colors around somebody. It's natural for us to walk around in life and pick up energy and carry it on us. We hold the vibrations. We're like a magnetic attractor that is picking up memory and information and vibrational energy from everything that we do, touch, people say to us. Everything's energy, and we're like a soup bowl that's constantly mixing in new ingredients. Now, some of these things aren't actually us. They're things that we're carrying that aren't us. And clear quartz is awesome for expanding you, your pure essence, your actual set point of energy, basically. And you can feel this growing bigger. And when you feel that, it's easier to let go of the things that are clearly not you. It's kind of like your mind and your energy, your heart, and all these things separate so you can see them kind of individually, is at least how I would explain it. And then secondly, the clearing of the energy. Quartz is really good at sucking energy into it that you have or that is around it, like we said with imbuing it with energy, right? But then also for clearing it when it is on your person, clearing the negative-oriented energy. Now, I've actually imbued this bracelet in a crystal grid similar to the one that I showed you guys to help to expand and clear your energetic field. Now, this is something Quartz is already doing, but I put a lot of intention into this and I left it out under the full moon we recently had. all you have to do to enter for a chance to win this bracelet, which I would then mail to you, is like this video, make sure you're subscribed and have that bell notification clicked. I got really cool crystal videos coming anyways, so it's not gonna be annoying, I know. And thirdly, comment below what is your favorite use of clear quartz. And if you've never used quartz before, just go ahead and let me know that, and let me know what it is that you're excited to use the bracelet for. And that's it. I'll let you guys know who has won the clear quartz crystal bracelet by responding to your comment that you won. So again, make sure you've got those notifications on, or you will not know. I'll let you guys know a week from today that this video posts. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next clear quartz crystal benefit. Clear quartz benefit number 5 is that you can program your quartz with your intention, and then carry that intention with you, similarly to how we talked about imbuing your quartz with energy and creating an energy tool. Now, the real echo here is the power of our thoughts and our mind. Our mind and our thoughts are literally influencing our creation and experience of our creation of reality more than we can even use our imagination to contemplate. It's pretty ridiculously powerful what we're talking about here. So this is how I program my quartz with my thoughts to then help to expand those thoughts whenever and wherever and whenever I am. And it goes like this. Let's go ahead and say I want to program my intention into the quartz to always have me be in a good mood. This is pretty far out, but here's the example, right? What I want to do is program the quartz when I'm in a good mood and in this state. I don't want to sit down and program my quartz to help me be in a good mood when I'm feeling like crap and have really low vibe energy. You see what I'm saying? You want to change your state and have yourself in that state when you program it. So what's essentially happening is I'm in a really good mood right now. I feel really good. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to hold my quartz with both my hands like this, and then I'm going to focus all of my vision, all of my heart, all of my mind, and all of my energy as this version of me who feels good all of the time. What is that version of me wearing? What are they doing? So on and so forth. Visualize this while you're holding the quartz. And it's as easy as that. You have now just programmed the quartz with your intention. So what happens now, it's so cool, is when you're carrying your quartz around, it is literally expanding and increasing those thought forms in your mind and influencing your mind. You can use quartz to influence your thoughts with the programming of what you want your thoughts to be thinking. It's seriously so awesome, guys. Clear quartz is, it's freaking powerful, okay? So just a quick example, this quartz here, I've programmed to be the version of me that has 100,000 subscribers. So when I go on a walk with this quartz and I'm holding it, what's literally happening is this is expanding thought forms and vibrational thinking that is on the same level as the version of me who has 100,000 subscribers. So essentially when I'm walking around carrying this, the thoughts that are flowing through my mind are thoughts that belong to the version of me that already has 100,000 subscribers. And to be able to think like the version of you that you are shifting yourself to is incredibly powerful for so many different reasons that have to do with manifestation, reality, presence, so on and so forth. So this one is seriously huge, guys. Clear quartz, you can program. You can program, you can program. Now what we're gonna do is hop into the next clear quartz crystal benefit. Clear quartz benefit number 6 is improving memory recall. Now this sounds really strange. I know it's kind of a weird thing that doesn't seem to fit in with the other stuff in this video, but there's something that I've really noticed with quartz, that when I'm holding it and I have this energy going, I seem to remember all kinds of information and things that are relevant to whatever's taking place in the present moment. So the way I'll differentiate between this is normally we've got like all kinds of stored information in our mind that we're constantly pulling from throughout the day. Clear quartz is really interesting because it clears that energetic field and amplifies your natural state like we've already discussed. So that means a lot of the stored memory and information that we're holding on to is actually connected to the things that aren't vibrationally resonant of who we truly are. And the quartz helps you to, in a sense, kind of detach from that and let that stuff go. So when I'm with clear quartz, it is both that my mind is more silent and yet Whenever somebody asks me something when I'm working with clear quartz and I have this in my energy field, I seem to always know exactly what to say and always have access to all the information and memory that I have about that topic or subject or event. Whereas normally there's a lot of noise in my mind and it's jumping around all over the place and it's really confusing. We've got all kinds of memories and information that have nothing to do with anything constantly talking in our minds. So the clear quartz helps me to feel more calm, relaxed, connected to that nature like we've talked about as well, and yet always have access to the information that's particularly relevant right now, right? Not stuff that isn't relevant in the past, whatever, but you have access to all the things that are current. And this is a really difficult thing to explain, but it feels kind of like you're in a channeled state. Like the information that comes out of my mouth, it doesn't even have to do with me sometimes. Sometimes it's like something else is coming through because I've been able to let go and clear that stagnant energy while also working with clear quartz. So this is a really interesting one. I'm curious if any of you guys have noticed. I really would love to know. I haven't heard anybody else talk about this, about quartz improving their memory, and certainly not in the way that I've kind of thrown this out to you. I would love to know, particularly my friend Eddie. Eddie, you've taught me a lot about quartz. I'm curious if you're familiar with this one. Sorry to call you out specifically, but I really appreciate your knowledge about crystals, man. Thank you. Now what we're gonna do is hop on to clear quartz benefit number 7. Clear quartz benefit number 7 is actually the effect and benefit of clear quartz crystal that has got me so heated and fired up about clear quartz and has caused me to begin working with it as seriously as I have been lately. And it's that clear quartz is, in my opinion, the best crystal for shifting dimensions. Now, if you're newer to crystals, then you're probably newer to other kinds of information and things that are also relevant to this. Theoretically speaking, I'm not going to tell anybody what to believe. It's not really my shindig. But theoretically speaking, we are constantly shifting dimensions. We're constantly, every single moment, this is a new Nathan, this is a new Nathan, this is a new Nathan. Every single moment, I'm brand spanking new in an absolutely new dimension of reality. We aren't just multidimensional, we are infinitely taking place and experiencing all dimensions and possibilities within reality. The reason that you're here right now in this one is simply because this is where your awareness is choosing to be. Now, similar with programming quartz to, be an energetic tool or to program it with one of our intentions. We can program our quartz with an intention that when it is amplifying this, it is, again, theoretically speaking, shifting us to that version of reality and that dimension where we are taking place with this information that we programmed it with. Now, the thing about this is that every version of reality and every timeline, there's infinite timelines of you taking place. Every timeline has a lot of things that are different and some more minimal. Let's go ahead and say that I'm using my clear quartz to shift myself to a dimension where I have the most amazing romantic love of my life. Okay, here's a fun example. Who doesn't want love, right? If I program this and I'm carrying this around and I'm constantly shifting myself toward that version of myself, what's going to happen is I'm going to start experiencing all kinds of evidence and things taking place in my current awareness that are stepping stones leading me to the next timeline. So essentially, you are going to experience all the evidence and information that is leading you to where you have programmed the quartz crystal to take you to. And you will literally start to notice these things popping up in your life around you. And a lot of this turns into what we refer to in the spiritual community as synchronicity. So I find this to be really exciting. I've got a whole video all about how I'm right now working with quartz crystal to shift my dimension of reality. I'll tag that video in the description for you guys. And yeah, I recommend you guys check that video out. I'm all about it. Now, I also want to give away this clear quartz crystal to you. So what you could do to be considered as, in the running for winning this clear quartz crystal is, again, make sure you like the video, make sure that you're subscribed with the bell notification on, and comment below what was the first crystal that you ever worked with. The first crystal that ever came into your life. I would love to know. I'm asking you guys to comment that specifically for me. I like talking about crystals. So yeah, this one's given away as well as the bracelet. Again, I will let you guys know 7 days from today, but make sure the notifications are on for your comments and stuff. Otherwise you won't know that you are the winner. And that would be pretty sad. It's a nice piece, check it out. Really good, clear piece up at the upper part. Okay, this being said, let's get into crystal quartz benefit number 8. Clear quartz crystal benefit number 8 is that quartz is known as the master healer and is having properties that are applicable to help you with healing all chakras, clearing all imbalances. Therefore, the number one way that I would use to express clear quartz as helping with the chakras is balancing the chakras. A lot of crystals will help to target specific chakras and increase the kind of vibrational energy and vortex stuff take place there. And this is what lends itself to increasing certain psychic abilities or certain benefits. But what I find about clear quartz is that it doesn't seem to have a specific chakra that it targets and increases the energy of, but rather it kind of cleanses and balances our whole chakra system. And I find this to be really beneficial to me because I use a lot of third eye and crown chakra crystals. That's kind of what I'm all about. It's what really excites me, so they tend to be the ones I bring in. But this can cause chakra imbalances for me where I go way too high up and like really far out. And what ends up happening is I can become disconnected from the earth, disconnected from, reality and being grounded, actually being here. So what I notice is that clear quartz helps to just kind of take all the energy that I have, and even if I've got like a really overactive crown chakra, let's say I've got like a huge amount here, but like I've got like a really small amount in my sacral chakra. It's like it takes all the energy that I have in all the places and just kind of creates this nice, smooth equilibrium. And it is a really smooth energy to me. It's very clear. It's very clearing. I feel very just kind of... there's like a certain kind of glow to reality for me when I'm working with clear quartz. And I think that this is especially an awesome thing for anybody working with crystals, because having super overactive or crazy out of whack chaotic chakras can create a lot of manifestations in our life that we aren't necessarily intending for. Maybe it's not what we really want. So clear quartz can kind of help to spread and balance that. Do you feel this balancing effect? Or do you feel quartz crystal targeting mainly the crown chakra? Because I've had some people argue with me that what I'm saying is not real and that it's all about the crown chakra with quartz, but I disagree, so let me know. I will not take offense if you completely tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm cool with that. Now we're gonna move on to clear quartz crystal benefit number 9. Clear quartz crystal benefit number 9 is that clear quartz can help you with any kind of physical pain that you are having. You just put it where that pain is, essentially. Now I'm gonna explain this real quick for you guys, because I know it sounds pretty far out, but like not as far out as the shifting dimensions and stuff, right? I don't normally mention crystal benefits in videos that have to do with helping with physical ailments because I myself haven't had too many experiences of this. But since I've been working with clear quartz, my shoulder pain has completely disappeared. Now, I have something that's called scapula dyskinesia, where my left shoulder is actually higher than my right. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll show you. I'm not trying to be like cheeky right now. I'm really just trying to show you, okay? See how this one here is actually higher than the right one, and it causes a lot of issues for me. Like my left pec becomes a lot bigger than my right one. It causes this one is leaning forwards, whereas this one is pulled back like this. See what I'm saying? So it causes a lot of different physical ailments for me and a lot of different kinds of pain. I can't even sleep on my left side usually. But since I've been working with clear quartz, I haven't been noticing my pain. And I can't 100% tell you guys why this is. I can't break this down and explain it like I can explain other things. But I've 100% noticed that at the very least, my perception of pain has dissipated into a much more minimal experience. And especially with my left shoulder here. So it's still higher and I still experience certain things like don't sleep on it. But I've noticed just since channeling into the energy of clear quartz, it's this kind of just, again, this peaceful kind of So perhaps at the end of the day, maybe it's because I'm not focused on the pain. Maybe it's because I'm focused on my intentions and my energetic interpretations and dimensional shifting. You know what I'm saying? I really can't 100% tell you why, but I've heard other people talk about how clear quartz helps to heal pain. What they explain to do is to take your clear quartz and to put it on the place where you experience pain, and that this will help to heal that area. I myself haven't particularly been doing this. I just keep the clear quartz energy in my auric field, and that works well enough for me. But yeah, if you guys have any information on why clear quartz helps with pain, I personally would really love to know. I don't know much about this area. What I do know about using crystals for healing pain is about energetic counterparts having a physical counterpart as well. I have a video all about this. It's pretty wild and out there. I've got that tagged in the description for you guys too if you want to check that out. So now we're gonna hop into the 10th and final benefit being mentioned in this video of clear quartz, but it is certainly not the last. There is certainly a vast amount more that you can do with clear quartz. So let's get on to number 10. Clear quartz crystal benefit number 10 is that when you're working with clear quartz, you're always moving. There's always motion taking place. So this benefit is mostly targeted towards anybody that feels stagnant, anybody that feels that they've been stuck in a certain format, a certain frame of life. If you feel like things haven't really been changing for you, which I felt about a year ago, I was very stagnant. I was basically living the same exact repetitive day every single day for years, and that would be fine if it was the life I preferred, but I was living the same repetition over and over again of things I didn't prefer to experience. Now, when you bring clear quartz into your life, it amplifies you. It clears away a lot of that old stagnant programming. And when you work with clear quartz, you inevitably end up working with intention. You really can't be working with quartz and not all of a sudden experience the power of intention, because we're always moving with intention, whether we know it or not. So when you work with clear quartz and it's just naturally expanding and making your intentions bigger, for those of us who haven't noticed our own individual power, it draws our attention to it because the manifestations and the clarity is just to a much bigger degree. So it draws our attention to this. Now we start to notice how much power we have in our movement. We start to feel how directional we are. We start to realize how powerful and how our thoughts really are influencing, at the very least, our experience of our reality, and our experience influences how we feel, and our feelings influence how we create and the life we create for ourselves, right? So this benefit I wanted to roll up the video with, because if you are stagnant, if you are stuck, clear quartz is a great crystal to show you the kind of momentum and abilities that you have naturally within yourself. You don't even need clear quartz for this, but clear quartz is going to expand it and make it huge and really freaking obvious. If you've got your blinders on, clear quartz is a great crystal to work with to help to remove those blinders and show you and lead you to the next step of your path. Now, I do make 2 awesome crystal videos every single week. I love doing this more than anything else in the whole world, and I love talking to you guys about crystals. So if you love crystals and if you like my vibe, definitely make sure to subscribe. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere, and I'd love to share my crystal journey and experiences with you in the future. So definitely make sure to sub. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Thank you so much to Clear Quartz, for none of this would be possible without it. Much love to you guys. See you for the next video, and thanks a lot.